29. And your name?
John P.
All right, John P. Have fun.
Thank you.
Into drive, roll up your window, tap it over to sport mode, and we'll cruise out into the middle of pit lane and head on out there. And accelerating on the apron to start with, building your speed a little bit quicker this time, and then start merging up onto the banking, your clear high, up to that second lane. Building speed to your brake gate, then coming off the throttle. Probably going to the brakes at the 3 marker. And brake, there you go. Look into the corner, bend it in, trailing slowly off of the brakes. Now you're off the brakes, back to a little bit of power, a little brush of the brake right here, back to power, and just a little bit of throttle, accelerating a little bit past this apex. Just keep adding a little bit more until your hands start getting straighter. And brake. Look into the corner, find the tall cone now, bend it in, trailing off the brakes, back to power. And brake, bend it in, trailing off the brakes, back to power. And brake. A little bit harder, carry the brakes all the way into this apex, then trailing off, back to power. Accelerate off the second half of the corner. And then hug the right side around this bend. And brake, back to the left, off the brake, back to power. Through the 2 gates there. And then just lift a little bit through this first left-hander. Keep turning left, looking at those 2 tall cones, and then accelerate through them to 110 miles an hour. That second groove. Look right down there. Just stay right between those 2 seams. Still on the power. And then now trail back the throttle. Let it coast into the corner. And then you'll have to start adding more and more steering here. And then back to a little bit of throttle to maintain that speed. You can add a little bit more throttle. Still on power up to the 3 marker, and then a hard brake again. And brake. Harder. A little bit of tire noise. We could have broke harder at the very beginning of the brake zone. There you go. Connect the dots. And brake. And brake. And then now 60 miles an hour down this straightaway. We'll start cooling off the brakes. Good job. And brake. And then as you exit this corner, try not to accelerate too much. We don't want to use the brakes again until we get all the way down to the end of pit lane. Still running the same racing line through the last corner here. And then to the left into pit lane. Down the center of pit lane again. And we'll we'll go just past the black sedans and then pull into the line just like before. Right behind the 2-1. A little bit closer. And then into park. And hop on out, leave the engine running.